For the first time, both astronaut Nick Hague and his wife are sharing dramatic details about a failed rocket launch in October. Hague was in a Soyuz rocket headed for the International Space Station when a violent booster failure forced him and a cosmonaut to abort the mission mid-flight more than 30 miles above Earth. He and cosmonaut Alexei Ovchinin landed safely. NASA announced this week that Hague will fly into space again. Mark Strassmann is at the Johnson Space Center in Houston with the interview you'll see only on CBS This Morning. Mark, good morning.
Good morning. I'm standing inside Building 9, essentially the training facility here for astronauts, and I want to show you something. This is a mock-up of a Soyuz capsule. Believe it or not, 3 people can squeeze inside here. Nick Hague trained in it, training that was critical when his October launch went into crisis. That moment was a reminder that space exploration is a family business.
And there is liftoff of the Soyuz MS-10.
It was going perfect for the first 2 minutes. And then all of a sudden there was this violent shaking side to side and the alarms going off, and I see a red light that's lit up and it says that you've had an emergency with the booster.
Nick Hague now sees last October's launch as a success wrapped inside a failure. 31 miles up, a faulty sensor had cost him his mission. But he was alive.
You were supposed to go up for 6 months. You were back on Earth in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
What was that like?
Looking out the window and seeing space and seeing the curve of the Earth and just the split second of just utter disappointment about it's not going to happen. And we're coming home.
His shot at space was also the dream of Catie Hague, his wife, and their 2 young sons.
And at some point, the announcer stopped announcing, and the screens went green, and there was nothing.
You know something had gone wrong.
I know something had gone wrong.
Did you fear the worst?
No, I didn't. I think I honestly mentally shut that out.
In 18 years of marriage, they never had a moment like this.
What struck me was how long that hug lasted.
Yes, it was a long one. And I'm pretty sure I said something along the lines of, this might be a cause for divorce, and please don't ever do that to me again. I just didn't want to let him go.
You realize in that moment, hey, this could have been really bad, and I am so lucky and thankful and happy to be standing here holding you.
At the time, Hague admits worrying he might have lost his one chance at space. Turns out, one of his sons had the same thought.
At some moment, he said, well, he tried it, didn't work out, it's time to get a new job. And pretty much summed it up for all of us.
Except him.
Except him, because he still wants to do this.
In February, NASA will give him a second chance at the space station. And that's where this photo was taken, capturing the moment Hague reached the edge of space before landing hard in a life lesson.
What goes through your mind when you look at that photo?
Life doesn't always work out the way you plan it. And more often than not, what defines you is how you bounce back from that.
Behind me there, that's a mock-up of the International Space Station, where Nick Hague hopes to spend 6 months doing scientific experiments. Catie Hague told us, yes, of course, next February, before the launch, she's going to be nervous. But they both believe in 2 things, Norah: his mission, and that next time, the million little things that have to go right will go right.
That's absolutely the way to look at it, Mark. Thank you.
And one of the best hugs ever. And we could say, I'll bet they learned something from what didn't go wrong, what didn't go right, that they will fix this next time. But go Catie Hague. She's supporting him, saying, okay. And he's ready to go.
Well done.
Well done is right.